Hello guys, continue our lab. Now, before the installation of the ISO image of NAS, which we have it, I need first to check the condition of both Victoria Server 1 and Victoria Server 2. And according to the definition in the diagram, I'm supposed to have all three network adapters online, set static IP address on all the three. I need to check then the ping between these boxes with the domain controller. And the most important part, I need to access to the internet either through the router, because these boxes are in here in the big diagram, Victoria Server 1, Server 2. So either through the router I need to access to the internet, as we had explained before how to do it in course 1, to get the last set of updates on both servers. Or if I don't have now maybe enough resources in my device, because the router again, to power it on, I need to, to get some hardware resources located to the router. So then maybe I will add a fourth network adapter, and that fourth network adapter I will connect it in each box to the NAT directly, so the box can access to the internet and there is no need to access it through the router. It's better if it accesses through the router, because that is going to simulate real life work. A computer cannot access to the internet directly in real life. It go through the access point or router, but here we can make an exception just to make sure we have the updates for the servers. And after that, we can even disable those additional network adapters, number 4, because after that, I won't need to access to the internet anymore. It's just to get list of updates. So it's up to you. Either you go through the router or just add a fourth network adapter and access to the internet. Let us check now what I have in my list. All network adapters are online and has static IP address. I can ping a domain controller. If the router is online, I'll try to ping it to check if it is in there. I need to ping also between this server and server 1, because currently I am in server 2. I can access to the internet, this is important, either through the router as we had explained, or by add additional network adapter. We need to get full updates. And finally, failover cluster feature to be added. Just fix here, I have mistype, it is full. Updates, all good. Okay, let us check what do I have in this device. I need to access definitely first to the adapter. So right click on the network adapter, access to open network and internet. And from here we can access to network and sharing center, then access to change adapter settings. Here I have all the three adapters, 1, 2, 3. I'll check the first one. Now according to the main settings, let us see here in VMware. So if I access to Victoria Server to access to settings, because I need to know the order of the adapters, to know each adapter to which switch is being connected. Here, the first one, which is this one, is connected to private switch 1, second one to 2, and the third one is to 3. And according to the definition in my picture, the main network adapter or the main switch here works on 192.168.0.0 network. So in that case, the first network adapter in server 2 and server 1 supposed to be in 0 network. Server 1 is 0.10, server 2 is 0.11. The second network adapter is supposed to be connected to private switch 2, and also this is correct as we see in here. The second network adapter is connected to private switch 2, and in that case the IP address which I should assign to these devices is like this. For server 1 is 110, for server 2 is 111, and finally third network adapter is connected to private switch 3, and in server 1 the IP address is 2.10, in server 2 is 2.11. We need to check that now. Access in Ethernet 0, the first network adapter, to properties, TCP IP properties, and as you see 192.168.0.11. My default gateway, the router, is 192.168.0.1, correct. And preferred domain name system is a domain controller, TC1, which is 192.168.0.4. This is my domain controller, this is the IP address, correct. And here if we come back to the main router, the adapter for the router for Victoria network is 192.168.0.1, which is also correct. So all the settings are in there. We need to check now the second network adapter, this one. And with this one now to access IP version 4 properties, here I don't have a static IP address. I need to reconfigure that. 192.168. This time it is 111. 255.255.5. I don't have default gateway. I don't have a DNS according to the design. As we see in here, these two to be connected to private switch 2 just for heartbeat matter. And there is no DNS, there is no router. It is an internal network for this purpose. Okay, and close. And finally, the third one, I don't expect to have a static IP address either on this one. The IP address here is 192.168.2 this time .11, and the subnet mask also is 255.255.255. Okay. All the three networks, I have them. Now I can check if I type just ipconfig, make sure I have all the IP addresses. So as you see, 011, 111 with the Ethernet 0, the first one, 011, the second adapter, 111, and the third adapter is 211. Now, if you don't want to use a router, it will be fine. So for me also, this is what I will do. I will just turn off the router just to save some resources in my network. And for Victoria Server 2 itself, access again to the settings. In settings now, I need to add a fourth network adapter. And this fourth network adapter, I will keep it to NAT, connected to NAT, so I can access to the internet. Switch to full mode now. Let us check now the IP config. Now with IP config, we have 4 network adapters. The third one here is being connected to my access point and through it to the internet. Now I can check the update for this device. So here I'll just type updates. Or you can access it through the main settings to the update. Check for updates. And while this one check for the updates, I need also to fix out Victoria Server 1 too. So for Victoria Server 1, we need to log in first. And also I need to check for the IP addresses, make sure everything is fine. Right click on network icon, open network and internet settings, network and sharing center, and change adapter settings. Then here I have only currently 2 network adapters online. So that's why I'll exit the full mode, access to the settings from the VMware. And just check why the third network adapter is not on there. Okay, currently I have only 2 network adapters. I need to add another one and connect it to pre-switch 3, which is the one I will use it to connect later to the storage device. So network adapter, finish. And in custom, I need to connect it to pre-switch 3. I have it now. Restoring virtual machine state, all good. Shortly we'll have it. Here we have it. And one more to access to the internet, because also I need to have all the updates. So add again another network adapter, and this time it's connected to NAT. Okay. Here now I have my Ethernet 3. In Victoria Server 2C, I have a long list of updates I need to go with. So that's why I'll start immediately with the installation of all of these. The system start now. And with Victoria Server 1, we need to fix now the IP address. So the first one, we connected to private switch 1. It has the correct IP addresses as we see. Don't need to change anything. The second one, which is for heartbeat process, is supposed to be configured in 1.0 network. So again, it has 110.255 for the subnet mask is correct. The third one now, because I just added, so it has no static IP address. That's why I need now to give it the IP address of 192.168.2.10. And again, we don't have any preferred DNS or router. This is done. And the fourth one, which is connected through the NAT, through my real system to the real network, through to the internet, is going to gain its IP address automatically. Click on Start, access to Windows PowerShell, and in here type ipconfig. I'm supposed to have 4 outputs. So the first adapter is 010 correct, second one 110 correct, third one 210 correct, And the fourth one again is connected through my access point to the internet. Same technique. Here I need now to get the updates. And it's very important to get the updates when you deal with these advanced technologies. Like here, even now in Server 1, start to pick the updates, start the installation. Because through the installation of SQL Server, SharePoint, etc., Exchange, you might have a different result. It compares to what kind of updates do you have. So that's why all the time, try to get a full list of updates to make sure you simulate the real network environment, and then you can perform the lab which you like. Now I cannot proceed anymore with these two devices till I'll get the full list of updates. So I'm going to finish this video here, and next time when we need to record in the next video, I need to make sure I got all the updates and we continue from there. Thanks for watching.